Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Cosori 8.5 litre dual draw air fryer. What I want to today, first of all get it unboxed, show you some of the features and benefits that it offers, then I want to give you a demonstration by cooking a couple of bits in there. It's almost lunchtime, so I thought I'd cook something in it so that I can eat it for when I finish recording the video. But first of all, I need to get it unboxed. Now, I've spoken about quite a few Cosori products over the last year or so, and I must say I'm always really impressed. That's why I keep coming back to them. So always impressed with the quality of the actual products, how they operate, and also the feedback as well. I think feedback from customers, mainly on Amazon. I've provided a link below, so just have a look at that, check out the feedback, because honestly it is really good. But first of all, we've got a couple of crisper plates. Generally, I've not seen the air fryer, so I do like to unbox the products, I suppose without seeing them first of all. Let's just pop these bits in here. I've got some instructions. So we've got the main instructions themselves, and just some other information about some of the setup process. Pop that to one side, and I must admit I'll have to refer to the instructions to have a look to see what they are. But anyway, let's get the big boy out. It's like Christmas, this is. I do always enjoy unwrapping some of these. So, first impression. Now, you might notice that there's something a little bit unique about this model compared to a lot of other air fryers on the market, and that's that you've got viewing windows in here. And I'll cover this a bit more in a moment, and I'll show you in the demonstration. But this is something that I suppose sort of led me to demonstrate this one and to test it. But really at the moment what I want to do is I'm just going to get everything clear, get the table clear of all the packaging, and then we can start to look at the air fryer itself. Now I've got a bit more space on the table. On the top here it's just the same, before you get started there's packaging inside. So we'll just take the tape off. So that's just transit tape to make sure that nothing opens when it's in movement, it's been moved. So I've just got these parts inside. And you just got a piece of cardboard underneath as well. So if you have just purchased one of these, then just make sure you take everything out. Last thing you want to do is to put the air fryer on while you've still got the packaging material inside. There we go. So that's everything sorted now. I suppose most of the time all you would do is you just pop the crisper plates in here. But it really depends what you're going to cook. But I'm just going to put one in there for now. And just take the sticker off the top, and then basically we're pretty much ready to go. When you've got everything unpacked, it is recommended to give the drawers a quick wash. So I've done that. Now I'm ready to start talking about the air fryer itself. So as I said earlier, it is 8.5 litre capacity, so you've got 4.25 litres per drawer, because they're the same size drawer. As far as the external dimensions, then you're looking at 42 centimetres wide, or 16.5 inches. The height of it, you're looking around 31 centimetres, or just around 12 inches. And the depth, so front to back, if you're including, because you have got, I'll just show you, you have got some cable management on the back, so that when you're not using the mains lead, then you can just wrap it around the back. So if we're going to, for example, go to the front here, including the cable management, then you're looking really at 32 centimetres or around 12.5 inches. If you want to include the handles as well, then really you need to allow around 37 centimetres, around 14.5 inches. So if you're thinking of purchasing one of these, then just have a quick measure to make sure it'll fit in the space. Something else you need to consider is you do need to allow airflow around it. So whether it's a shelf above or whether it's away from the wall, ideally, and what Cosori recommend, is to leave it about around 5 inches, around 13 centimetres from a shelf above and away from the wall as well. So I mentioned about some of the accessories that it comes with. I've already mentioned about the crisper plates, and these are really designed so that when you've got things cooking within the drawer, then it just lifts it up a little bit to allow the airflow, because obviously with an air fryer it's basically heated air that's travelling around the food, and by putting it on the crisper plate then that will certainly basically allow it to cook quicker. And with these, they're all dishwasher safe as well, so you can either wash them in hot water or you can pop them into a dishwasher. But when it comes to cleaning the main drawers, I just recommend once you finish cooking, obviously just let it cool down, and then really I'd recommend just washing it in hot soapy water. Just take any of the accessories out, just wash them separately and just make sure it's completely dry before you put it back in here. What you can do is you can put it on for between 10-15 minutes just to dry the drawer completely before you pop it back in as well to store it away. I've just zoomed in a bit closer to the air fryer. A couple of the accessories that it comes with. So first of all is this. This is a little baking rack. And this one, I'm actually really intrigued because I think this could be really, really good. And basically these are designed for skewers to sit on. So you do get 5 skewers. Just show you those. So that's the first thing that basically when I unpacked it I wasn't too sure what these were. But these are designed to pop the skewers in here, and then you can put that in the drawer as well. So do you know what? I love little things like that. So first of all, let's switch it on. So you've got the on and off button on the top here. You have got a really nice clear LED display on top. Hopefully you can see that. Unfortunately where I am at the moment, I've got a bit of glare from the windows because it's quite bright in here. But first of all, you have actually got, so just on the top here, it's recommended that you download the VE Sync app. As you can see, I've spoken about quite a few Cosori products before. I've already put those into the VE Sync app, and I must admit, it does work really well. But what I want to do is I just want to add another device. So sometimes it does find the device within here, but I think what I'll do, if I go to kitchen and just have a quick look down here, and there we are. It's the one at the bottom, the R901, and we're in the UK. And what do I want to call it? So tell you what, I think let's call it the R901 because that's the model number on it. And there we go, just press save, and there we are. So device is all set. Let's get cooking. So there's a huge amount that you can do within the VE Sync app. I'm not going to cover too much on it, but if you want recipe ideas, so whether it's breakfast, entrees, sides, there is a huge amount. So if you've just purchased this, then I would certainly recommend having a look through the app because there are certainly some tasty ideas in here. So when it comes to using the air fryer, then there's quite a lot on here on top of the display. Hopefully you can see this. As I say, it's quite bright in here, but I've tried to zoom in as far as I can. But first of all, you've got the temperature displayed on the left hand side here, and then you've got 6 different settings depending on, I suppose, what you were cooking and how you wanted to cook it. So first of all, you've got the air fry option. So as you can see, this is a touch display. Then you've got roast, reheat, bake, grill, and then dry. So I suppose the main setting that people tend to use, because that's the whole concept of buying this, is for air frying. And with the air frying, so you've got let's just come around this side. So as far as the temperature, so you've got a wide range in temperatures. So it starts at 120 degrees centigrade, and on that setting, it can go all the way up to 205. So you shouldn't really need to go any higher than that for when you're using it as an air fryer. But the default temperature is at 200 degrees centigrade. When it comes to the roast, then the maximum temperature, so as I said, it starts at 220, that is the maximum. And I suppose if you're going to roast something, then that's mainly the temperature that you would want to have it set on. Things like reheat, so this could be a good option. So if you've, say, cooked something the day before and you just want to reheat it, then that's a really good option. I have tried things like a pizza before, and when I've got the kids with me, then they didn't believe me that putting a slice of pizza that we I suppose had made the day before, putting it in a microwave was going to be a lot worse tasting than popping it into an air fryer. If you ever tried it, then pop one piece into a microwave to reheat it, put one piece into an air fryer on this setting, on the reheat setting, and you'll be amazed at the difference. The reheat setting on an air fryer is so much nicer. You get the crispiness back. If you put a piece of pizza slice in a microwave, it comes out all soggy and basically it's horrible. Then you've got the bake setting. That could be good if you wanted to, as it says, if you wanted to bake something within the air fryer. And then you've got the grill setting. So if you've got things like bacon pieces, or if you've got some chicken that you wanted to cook, then the grill could be a good option. When it comes to the dry, so this is a much lower temperature. So even though it says dry, personally I'd recommend describing it as dehydrating. So if you've got things like fruit or vegetables that you want to dehydrate, then this is actually a really good setting. It doesn't need to be on 95. I'd recommend putting it on one of the lower temperatures, perhaps around 50 degrees centigrade. And it will take a long time. I have over the last couple of years, because my kids love things like dried banana or dried blueberries, and it's something that is so easy to do. You just slice up some banana thinly, place it on one of the racks, and then pop it in here for, it could be probably around 5-6 hours. But you find that if you do that, then the taste of the banana is absolutely fantastic. I'd certainly recommend it. Anyway, I'm not going to be cooking any of that at the moment, but when it comes to some of the other options, so you've got clearly that's for the left drawer, and I suppose if you're going to use one drawer, then it's up to you which one you use. If I wanted to use the right drawer, then I'll just press this option here. Now you have got something called shake. Now this is, it's not on all of the settings, so it's available on the first three, so it's the air fry, roast and the reheat. And I suppose what shake does, that's just a reminder to shake the drawer. So just take it out, give it a quick shake and then pop it back in. So if you're doing things like French fries, where if you've got quite a loaded drawer, or if you've got a whole load of, say, chicken nuggets in there, then that could be a really good option to select. You can take it off if you want to, so you don't have to have it as an option, but personally I'd recommend, depending on what you're cooking, then just leave that enabled. So as I say, it's only on the top three, it's not on the bottom three. You have got things like sync cooking and sync finish, so you can actually sync the drawers together. So if you wanted to press that, and then what it would do is it will almost act as one drawer. So if I was to change the temperature, so if I just select that, so at 185, and then sync those two, then in theory both of them are going to cook at the same time at the same temperature. What you can also do is you've got sync finish as well. So this is slightly different to the sync cook, and what this will do is this will allow you to make sure that both drawers finish at the same time. So if you're cooking something, again, things like chicken nuggets in one side and then French fries in the other, then naturally things like the chicken nuggets would probably take a little bit longer to cook. But what the sync finish will do is that will allow you to say start one drawer, and then it will allow the second drawer to start a little bit later to make sure that everything finishes at the same time. So really, really good option. As it's almost lunchtime, then I thought I'd better cook something just to show you how well it performs. Hopefully, proof will be in the eating, I suppose, afterwards. But what I want to do is I'm going to make some homemade wedges, and also I've got a chicken breast that I'm just going to put a small amount of Cajun seasoning on. But all I want to do to start with, just put a tiny amount of olive oil on both. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, you don't need too much in there. Then once you put the olive oil on, I just like to put a small amount of salt on the potatoes, and I'll just put a small amount onto the chicken, and then, as I say, pop some Cajun seasoning on there, and I'm just going to turn that over, and I don't want to touch the jar, so let's get that rubbed in. I do really like a nice seasoning on the chicken breast. So first of all, let's pop that into that side. So now I've got the chicken in there. I have put the crisper plates in both of them, hopefully by allowing the air to circulate around the wedges and the chicken breast, then that should hopefully crispen it up quite nicely. Now, I know with each air fryer, then it will vary on how long things take to cook, but I've just had a look, and on the VE Sync app, it is actually recommending, ironically, that both of them I will set on 200 degrees and for around 20 minutes to cook. Now, I know it could be a little bit of play both sides, so one of them might take a little bit longer than the other, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that. So I've set, so it's already on 200 degrees, and the right drawer 200 degrees as well, and so once that's set, then you just press the middle button on both. So I'm going to, so rather than actually setting them independently, then I'm just going to sync cook. So that just saves having to change the timing. So let's just make sure that that's, yeah, so it's set on there, and if I press that, then that's set for 20 minutes as well. So now I've got those done, and what I can do is I'm going to allow the shake, because clearly part way through I'll want to move the wedges around and also turn the chicken breast around, but I think we are ready to go. So at the moment I'm just going to leave that to cook, and I'll check on it every now and then. But as you see on the front, as soon as it starts, then the light does go out, but we have got the ability, just by pressing the button on the front, to come and have a look and to see how everything is coming on. Just halfway through, and it's just said to shake. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the chicken breast over. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that. That is looking absolutely stunning. And the wedges, so far, they're looking really good as well. I'm not quite sure how much longer we'll need, but that's just said shake. So I've just, as I say, turned the chicken breast over, shaken the potato wedges, and we're going to carry on cooking. As you can see, the light's on the front, so if I just move, let's take the camera off, so you can just see inside here. You can see how well it's, oh, the light's just gone off there. Let's just pop it back on, so you can just see in there how well that's coming on, and just get the light back on here. So it's just a really good indicator, so you can actually see how well everything's cooking. I personally think perhaps the wedges won't need quite as long, but I'll probably give it another 3 or 4 minutes, because we've got around 8 minutes left on here. So I'm just going to give it perhaps another 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and see how everything's cooking. So it's just beeped to say it's finished, and let's have a quick look. So the chicken, I must say, is looking, let's just move the camera down here, that is looking absolutely stunning. Let's just make sure that it's cooked all the way through. It's not the best knife I've got here, but yeah, that's absolutely perfect. You can see how it's just steaming hot here. But let's just pop that to one side and have a look at the wedges. And those are actually really good. I think if I was to do it again, I'd perhaps not cook them quite as long. They're probably a little bit crispy for me, but nevertheless still looks really good. So I think the proof will always be in the eating. So let's have a quick look at this. That is really good. So I've just eaten the chicken and the wedges, and I must say it was really good. The chicken was nice and moist still inside, whereas quite a nice crispy skin on the outside. So absolutely perfect how I like it. And as I say, when it came to the wedges, I must admit if I was to do them again, or when I do them again, then I would perhaps cook them a little bit less, but clearly it's always trial and error with any new product. But if you're as impressed as I am with this, then I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Cosori 8.5 litre dual drawer air fryer. I know there's quite a few demonstrations that I could have done. There was almost endless recipes that I could have cooked to show you how well it performs, but I like to keep the videos quite short. I don't like it to go on too long, but I'm really glad I've given you a demonstration of it to show you how well it performs. All I would normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. Always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If you've come here to watch something, or if you come here to look at a feature that I've not covered, then pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you, because I'm going to be using this one from now on. Also, if you have got one of these, or if you've got a Cosori air fryer, doesn't matter which one, if you've got one of the Cosori air fryers, then let me know what you honestly think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.